It is Monday, June 8th, 2026, and this is the High Road Logistics and Leadership. I'm Dan Miller, and I treat the freight market like a 2-minute drill in a tie game.
This is Jules Sterling.
I'm Buck Reynolds.
And I'm Elena Rossi. We have a great show for you today.
Look, it's a high-voltage Monday in the operations room. The servers are humming and the coffee is black, right?
Just how I like it.
Yesterday, we hit the regionalization of freight. You know how haul lengths dropped 21%? And we looked at Mexico's record 16% trade share, and that surge in Laredo. Bottom line, the market is shifting under our feet. Here's the play.
Here's the deal, Dan. It's a fundamental shift.
It really is, right? We're moving from founder-led grit to institutional precision. And today, we've got a massive show. From a legislative win on parking to the oil crunch. And our main event, Walmart pulling the plug on unlimited AI usage.
Well, I wanted to start with some actually good news for once, okay? The House Appropriations Committee just gave a green light to a funding package. $92 billion for the THUD bill.
Finally.
200 million?
200 million, Buck. Chris Spear is calling it a meaningful step because we've got drivers literally forced to choose between an HOS violation or parking on a dangerous shoulder, right?
Actually, Jules, if I may.
Go ahead, Elena.
200 million is a drop in the bucket when we have a shortage of 300,000 spaces. But my thing is the risk. A tired driver on a shoulder is a rolling liability suit.
If this bill directs the DOT to actually develop a strategy for detention as well, that's where the real safety margin is built.
The thing is, detention is the silent killer. I mean, if you aren't turning wheels, you aren't making money.
Right? And if my retail accounts stop holding drivers hostage at the dock for 6 hours, we wouldn't need half the overnight parking we do.
That's
right?
the play. It's about throughput. Bottom line. This is about the mile marker 2026 index, showing that the top fleets are turning passive delays into active profit.
I suppose. If the money actually hits the pavement.
Well, let's see if the money is hitting the tank first.
Now it's time for Diesel Dispatch, our Monday segment, where we look at the lifeblood of the highway, the Monday, June 8th diesel numbers, and the mess that is the global crude market.
And look, it's a bit of a head-scratcher this morning, right?
Here's the deal. The national retail average is $5.35 a gallon, down 17.3 cents from last week.
That's a massive drop, Buck.
It is, Elena, but it's a fake-out. The thing is, OPEC production just hit a low we haven't seen in 37 years. It is now 16.3 million barrels a day.
Whoa!
Iran is blockaded, and their exports have cratered. They've dropped from 2 million barrels to under 300,000.
Right, so the supply is drying up, but the pump price is dropping?
Exactly. Because we had a surprise build in U.S. distillate inventories, 1.5 million barrels, because industrial demand cooled off.
Is that just the post-holiday lag?
Mostly, Jules. But we are only 2.3 million barrels above a 23-year inventory floor. One hiccup in a refinery or one missile in the Strait of Hormuz?
Exactly.
And that 17-cent drop turns into a 50-cent spike overnight.
Actually, Buck, the Hormuz premium is already baked into the $98 Brent crude prices we're seeing. Carriers are seeing relief this week because of post-holiday lag, but the underlying physical market is dangerously tight. I mean, you see, one military exchange and the buffer is gone.
Bottom line, carriers, here's the play. Don't go spending that extra margin on new chrome just yet. Keep the tanks topped off while the inventory build lasts.
Diesel Dispatch. That's a wrap.
Look, speaking of the Strait of Hormuz, this global trade volatility is a total mess. Brent crude is surging, and ocean spot rates from Asia just jumped 20%.
It's making my retail accounts crazy.
I bet, right? Rates to the U.S. West Coast are at $4,000 a container, and Northern Europe is up 27%. It's a structural shift where shippers are finally prioritizing continuity over cost.
Actually, it's the emergency fuel adjustments that are the real killer, Dan.
Tell me about it.
Carriers like Maersk and MSC are hitting shippers with surcharges as high as $2,000 a container. And then you have the USMCA review deadline on July 1st.
Well, that July 1st deadline is paralyzing long-term capital investment in Mexico, right?
Here's the deal. The nearshoring honeymoon is over. FedEx is even signing deals with China Southern Air Logistics. I mean, they're doubling down on China, even as they reshore.
Here's the play. It's a perfect storm. Shippers are front-loading inventory right now because they don't know if the lanes will be open in October.
Smart move.
It's like a stadium power outage in the middle of the fourth quarter, right? Shippers are paying a security tax just to keep the shelves from going empty.
Actually, Dan, that front-loading is causing a 60% surge in cargo theft, which leads us into the shadow supply chain.
Oh boy, here we go.
Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg just announced the indictment of 8 people for a $4.5 million Trojan Driver syndicate.
That is just terrifying.
This group, led by Muradulo Kasanov, wasn't just stealing trucks. They were stealing identities. They used phishing to intercept load data from brokers. And then leased trucks and slapped the US DOT numbers of legitimate carriers, like Viking Transport, right on the door.
I mean, the thing is, we give these brokers all this tech, and they still can't tell the difference.
Somebody's having a heist party.
My thing is, they were collaborating with external hacking syndicates to receive winning bids on freight platforms before the real carrier even saw the post.
Well, it sort of destroys the trust in the whole ecosystem, right?
Absolutely. And that's why we're seeing this massive shift away from traditional security and toward AI-driven identity verification. If you aren't using biometric check-ins for drivers, you're basically inviting Kasanov to lunch, and the liability is falling back on the brokers for negligent hiring.
Speaking of giants, the STB is facing massive pressure from Congress regarding the Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern merger, the first all-freight transcontinental rail play.
Look, it's a show-me game now.
47 House colleagues just sent a letter. They want the 2001 Show Me standard. You see, you don't just have to show you won't kill competition. You have to prove the merger will enhance it.
That's a high bar.
Shippers are terrified. I mean, if you merge these giants and the software glitches, it's a single point of failure for the whole country.
Bottom line, the government is the referee, and they're looking for a penalty on every play, right? We're moving toward elite execution.
I suppose it's why we're seeing that Veterans in Logistics initiative take off. We need military precision at the helm.
Look, we've got the big main event coming up, but first, let's talk about the stack developed for our operations room.
Strategic logistics requires world-class engineering. This show is powered by the stack developed by Eric Christensen at Neural Network Media. Support the architect behind the code. Visit our Patreon at patreon.com/neuralnetworkmedia for a free trial and access to our daily briefing PDF.
Bottom line, if you want to know what we know before we say it, get the PDF. It's the playbook, right? Okay, main event time. Here's the play. The AI squeeze is officially here, and Walmart is the one pulling the emergency brake, right?
I mean, This is sort of the biggest story of the quarter. Walmart has officially started restricting access to its proprietary AI agent, Code Puppy.
Code Puppy?
Right. It was supposed to be this unlimited productivity tool for the whole staff, from marketing to the warehouse floor. But the bill for the tokens got so high, they had to cap it. They realized that unlimited was a dangerous word when you're talking about large language model compute costs, right?
Look, bottom line, Walmart CTO Suresh Kumar confirmed they moved to a token-based system. Basically, you get an allowance, and when it's gone, it's gone.
Oh, poor things. They have to actually think for themselves now?
Here's the deal, Buck. This isn't just about saving money. It's about resource allocation, right? They're prioritizing high ROI AI, like their Sparky assistant.
Sparky's the one doing the heavy lifting in the stores, right?
Exactly. Sparky is reportedly boosting average order values by 35%. It identifies if a customer's making lasagna and suggests ingredients.
Actually, Dan, my thing is the AI tax. We've been sold this dream that AI is free or cheap efficiency, but the compute cost is becoming a major line item. Walmart is reacting to the same token squeeze that hit Microsoft and Uber earlier this year. If the biggest retailer in the world is capping it, what does that mean for the mid-sized brokerage?
Well, I think it's a healthy shift. It's sort of moving past the pilot phase and into high-stakes operational integration. No more playing with the bot, right?
Right. No more playtime. Shippers are realizing that autonomous supply chain is only as good as the ROI on the tokens. It's the year of discipline.
The thing is, it's about time we stop treating these computers like they're magic.
Exactly. And look at how it scales. If Walmart can use Sparky to increase sales by 35%, imagine what they can do for freight procurement.
Actually, that's where the liability gets terrifying. If you cap the token budget, do you lose the audit bots that check for carrier fraud?
That's a great question, Elena, right? If the bot accepts a fraudulent bid because it didn't have enough compute to finish the vetting process?
Here's the play. The big players are going to build their own moated stacks, and the guys who are just renting tokens from OpenAI are going to get squeezed out.
About time. The highway doesn't run on LLM tokens. It runs on diesel. And Walmart just put a meter on the silicon brain.
I'm looking at the Blue Yonder Icon 2026 insights, and the agentic AI shift is all about executing the work, not just talking about it, right?
Exactly. Like the autonomous yard trucks from ICE AI, they're shifting from the highway to the controlled complexity of the private yard. Shaving 3 minutes off every trailer move at a distribution center scales across the whole network. It's a massive efficiency win that doesn't rely on unproven highway tech.
Shaving 3 minutes is great, until the silicon driver can't see a patch of black ice. My thing is, you can cap the tokens, but you can't cap reality.
Look, Buck, look at the intent prediction. If Walmart gets a 35% bump in sales, they're going to apply that to their private fleet logistics too, right?
Well, it sort of means the human in the loop becomes the auditor, not the one clicking the buttons. And that is a fundamental shift for my accounts.
Actually, Jules, the liability is the auditors now. If the AI makes a high-speed procurement error because its allowance was low, who is at fault?
Bottom line, the AI tax is the new diesel surcharge. If you aren't measuring it, you aren't managing it. And Walmart just showed everyone the bill, right?
Here's the deal. The silicon honeymoon is over. And I'm okay with that.
It's definitely time to get serious about the ROI on these digital tools, you know?
Look, here's the play. You moded players like Schneider are already building this in. It's the future. Handshakes and code. Bottom line, right? That's all for today's High Road Logistics and Leadership. Look, the takeaway is clear. The Walmart AI cap is the definitive signal that the year of discipline is real. We're moving from tech hype to hard ROI execution. And if you aren't auditing your tokens as closely as your fuel receipts, well, you're leaving money on the table, right?
Bye.
Later.
Peace.
Keep the freight moving and the code clean. We'll see you tomorrow.